Hey there gardeners, Chris here from Garden Steading. I wanted to talk about some kind of companion planting of my peach tree. So we're 6 weeks into winter, 6 weeks to go. You never really know what's going to happen in that situation. It could get chillier. We're in the subtropics, so it never gets that chilly, but it could get chillier. It's possible. We've got our peach tree here, and I was watching a video of someone else in the subtropics who was talking about the companion plants that they'd put in. Now, they had some much more supportive plants around their tree, many of which aren't kind of available in Australia because they were overseas. However, what they did mention is some companion planting where they put some asparagus in next to their peach. And so they had a kind of successful warm weather peach like we do. We've got our white opal there, and that fruits very early. It's in flower in the middle of winter, to give you an intro, and it already has fruit on it, but it's normally the earliest thing in spring to have ripe fruit. And I just thought, you know what, that's actually a good idea. Now, the asparagus and the strawberries as the companion planting, I went, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So the strawberries will go around the plant to provide a little bit of ground cover. And the asparagus, this is a Washington 3-year-old plant, and this has been in the nursery for quite a while. I think I bought one from them a year ago, and I'm pretty sure this was there then. But the good thing about that is that it's a very old and established root, or crown, as they call it in the asparagus world. And so it should go really well. Now, part of the reason I'm planting it here is actually because in our main part of the veggie garden, there are some trees quite close to it, and the tree roots got in to where the asparagus was growing and obviously fought all of them. So I had like 5 planted, fought all of them, and so they were struggling a little bit, and I couldn't keep the water up in the hot summer months enough to feed both the asparagus and the tree. So here we're actually kind of up near the house. There's no trees really nearby. This is about as far from a tree as you can get. And there's this nice little spot in here. So obviously we'll have our peach tree here. We'll get the asparagus in here as well. There's like a big bank of garden here, which kind of protects the back of the house. And so it's a nice, very sunny, but somewhat protected spot. So it should be perfect for the asparagus, and I'm gonna give it a go. Because as I said, it's hard to find places where tree roots aren't going to be really challenging those asparagus. Obviously, I'm going to give it a go getting some in the fruit forest at some point as well, in a nice sunny spot where it kind of works, and we'll just see how we go. But this seems like actually quite a good bet. And the strawberries, I bought a whole bunch of these, and they're a little bit on the dry side, despite all the rain we've had. This one's wet and that one's dry. However, I thought I'd just put them in as hopefully a bit of ground cover. I don't really know how they're going to go. Certainly, depending on who you talk to, some people say strawberries go absolutely mental and kind of take over and can be a bit invasive. I've tried to grow them here, and like some of them are going quite well, but nothing's going to that invasive extent. So I kind of doubt they'll be successful enough to be a problem, but we'll see how we go on that one. So let's get them in the ground now that the thought process is over. I've never had to do this before, but it's clear because these have been in a pot for a while. They've grown really like densely. So, I mean, it's not a problem. I believe this is what you have to do, or what you would do if you were to separate your crowns out. And I'm not sure if I just split that crown too much. But the thing about, whoa, I've lost, is that another crown or just roots? No, just roots. This is a little bit on the destructive side. However, I'm a big believer in basically you do it early and see if it survives. So that's a nice big crown there. And we want these to have the absolute best chance of life, which is why probably this one will go in here, and we'll find maybe another one. So we might put 2 in here, and then maybe this one is a nice kind of, it looks kind of complete. And it's got that nice bit of root ball there. And so we'll put these 2 in and we'll see how we go. Put that one there right in, and then we'll put this one, which actually looks like the most active of the crowns in recent times, in along here. Now I haven't really dug these very far in because we're gonna bring over some high quality compost and extend the compost that's already here and covered with wood chips all the way across. These are basically kind of dormant because it's winter. It's a warm winter, so not super dormant like they would be in a really cold part of the world. But it'll just, basically it's interesting to see how we go. That's 2 out of that container, and I have another 3. So if they all survive, that was a very good purchase. And obviously I got a good deal because for some reason they just weren't selling in that nursery. Like, they've been sitting there a while, and I've bought them in the past, and I seem to be the only one realizing that they're a pretty good idea. And then over here, we're just gonna, might have to bring some soil over again for these, for our strawberries, but we'll get them roughly in place. Oh, see, this is the dry one. What's really interesting here, right, is that there's a real stratification in the soil between where we put the compost on top and we hit that layer underneath, which is quite dry. And obviously, we don't really want the wood chips dug in. That's not ideal. But we do want a mixture between the compost and the soil. Otherwise, it'll happen eventually, but we want to speed it up as much as possible, because what can happen is that the compost actually stops your tree from getting the moisture it needs. And it looks all right around the tree because we basically water right on the tree. Not much, but a little bit. And that just helps ensure that it's being watered. And again, we have that reverse volcano, so there's a bowl around the tree, and that helps capture the water. But we want things to go as well as we can. I'm just gonna go grab some more soil. And again, this is why this kind of, like, you know, it's roughly companion planting. It's just a ground cover. It's not that it benefits the plant in any real special way apart from that. One of the good kind of, I guess, benefits of this is that the roots of the strawberry, or whatever you use, should hopefully help break up the soil by basically growing through it. And we'll dump the rest of this here. So we've got 2 strawberries in. We've actually got 2 asparagus crowns with 3 extra that I can put in somewhere, which is exciting. They're gonna go in the fruit forest because I've got another whole pot full, which might have a couple more crowns in it. We'll see how we go there. Obviously we need to put our compost on top here, which I'll go grab a container of it. And then we, ideally should have some wood chips that we could put on top. Now, I do normally use sugarcane mulch for a lot of stuff, like in the veggie garden, but the sugarcane mulch can get quite matted and not let moisture through. The wood chips let moisture through way better. And these wood chips that we bought them at Bonny Hills Nursery. They call it leaf litter because it has a lot of green leaf in it. They seem quite good as a topping layer to hold moisture in, allow moisture through. Obviously they break down and enrich the soil. A really great all-round option. And I'm shortcutting the process by putting compost in and then those on top. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It will need a water. I'll have to go get a watering can. That's a bit more of a job, but I'll water this in. The asparagus, the ground's pretty moist there. It probably doesn't need a heavy water, but those strawberries and the peach can have a nice deep water. And I will do an update on whether this works, essentially. And I just need to find somewhere in the garden to put a couple of asparagus crowns, which is actually really exciting for me.